Coming up, they are the remarkable teens whose families have been ravaged by Alzheimer's, and they're doing something about it.
Seeing the dramatic transition my grandfather has had in the last year is really scary.
So inspiring what they're doing to help find a cure next.
I'm impacted by Alzheimer's.
I'm impacted by Alzheimer's.
Teens like these are hoping to get Gen Z on board as Alzheimer's and dementia ravage more and more families. It's the 6th leading cause of death for adults in the U.S., and an estimated 6.2 million Americans are living with the disease. Now, we'd like you to meet some students who want to change that for their generation and beyond.
So my personal connection to Alzheimer's is my grandmother. Her memory started getting particularly bad around 2009.
Sophia Lou's grandmother, Hu Fan, began showing signs of memory loss when Sophia was a toddler. For Sarah Phillips, her grandfather Philip's Alzheimer's was diagnosed 2 years ago and grew worse during COVID.
Grandpa.
Seeing the dramatic transition my grandfather has had in the last year is really scary. I've definitely learned how to appreciate the little things.
So, the 2 high school students who play soccer together teamed up with a few other kids their age and took action. They formed a teen board for CaringKind, an organization in New York City that helps people grappling with Alzheimer's and dementia, as well as their families and caregivers.
They made it as easy as possible for us to integrate them, which, again, as teens is very impressive. It wasn't what can we do and open-ended. It was, here's what we'd like to do. Here's the video that we created. We want to share our story. We want to raise awareness. They had a plan, which was really excellent.
Sarah wants to be a doctor like her grandfather, to whom she is very close. The high school junior has always been interested in Alzheimer's, even before her grandfather's diagnosis. She's currently working on a research project through Columbia University.
I think that if he understood fully what she's doing, he'd be enormously proud of her. He is. He has always been very proud of her. But I think that's part of her passion of carrying it forward for him and in his honor.
Despite the language barrier with her Cantonese-speaking grandmother, Sophia has a tight bond with her over things like knitting and music.
It's been a matter of just sort of like, seeing them sit together. Sophia will hold her hand and just sort of like physically be with her, which I think is a very calming kind of experience. And my mom just lights up.
Sometimes they'll have full conversations with you. Sometimes they won't remember who you are.
Being a founder of CaringKind's Teen Board has turned out to be very rewarding for the high school sophomore.
I didn't know that so many people like me were affected by Alzheimer's disease, and it's really nice now being on the board and getting the opportunity to reach out to other teens to hear about their experiences too. And it just, I hope will make everyone feel a little less alone in their experiences.
Now, if you know a teen who has a loved one with Alzheimer's or dementia, encourage them to look up the Teen Board's videos on YouTube or at CaringKindNYC.org.